Sandy's never met a Mike she didn't like. Thank you, Sandy. Rick, this thing's kind of in my face. Should I step back or what? I think I have to elaborate a little bit more on my family just so you kind of get the drift of things. I hope that's okay. Let me indulge a little bit. Sandy could have done that, but whatever. I'll just quote her sister. Thanks for liking me. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time out of their busy holiday. And also, before I start, I'm a writer. I'm not a speaker. So I'm old school Catholic. I'm going to use my ruler. And most of it's going to be read, not said. I'd like to thank everybody for taking time out of their holiday craziness to come here today to support my friend Denny. Where is Denny? I can't. Okay. Just so I know. I was actually shocked when Denny and Sandy asked me to take on this role today. It showed great trust and courage knowing my off-the-cuff behavior at times. I'm a bit unfiltered. I knew our speeches would intertwine. I'm likable, somebody told me the other day. For me, that was a huge compliment. I will briefly give you a little bit more about my background, which will lead to how I met Denny and the rest of his fabulous, fabulous family. Besides being a mom and a grandma and a great-grandma, I've been in Jeffco for over 35 years. I met my husband Roy at the Ford plant in Hazelwood, Local 325, if anybody is familiar. Ford fed and housed our family and allowed us to do more for our kids all those years ago, but we still had to be a two-income family to make it. It fed us again when Roy was able to get several family members jobs there. Unions are vital. Denny knows this too. He knows it too well, as a union job pulled his family out of poverty when he was very young. Even back then, it had to be a two-income family. So his father farmed after working his 40. And Denny worked the farm later when he got older. I was a single mom with 2 kids when I moved to Jefferson County, and I'm very proud of my kids. My daughter, Rhiannon, is the Director of Operations of the Contracts Division at MERS Goodwill. It's a big job. And my son is second in command at a taxpayer-funded infrastructure firm in Jefferson County. And I'll just leave that there because I don't want any of you to think you got a little tag in to get your potholes fixed. I'm not going to mention where he works. Recently, he also accepted a job as the head wrestling coach at St. Pius, right here in Festus. Both of them are huge advocates and contributors to their community. Dennis was one of the initial starters of the Hillsborough Wrestling Club, a youth program that has wrestlers that wrestle as young as the age of 5. And now in its 15th year, this program is one of the biggest in the state of Missouri. We're pretty proud of that. HWC, as we fondly call it, has produced many champions on and off the mat. One that I'm particularly fond of is his son Gavin, who was state champion in 2019 as a freshman. Rhiannon's position at MERS is a 24/7 position where she manages over 120 second chance and mentally challenged employees to fulfill 20-plus job contracts. Just one of those many contracts involves cleaning and snow removal of all Metro bus stops. All Metro bus stops. In her spare time, you'll find her making her famous pulled pork for a tournament, or running and setting up a fundraiser, and she also coaches her youngest son, Bronson's baseball team. I like to believe that their giving spirit, their humor, and their stamina come from me. Ironically, I met Denny through his wife Sandy and her sister Debbie. I say ironically because I happened to be involved in a movement in a nearby town that involved a group of concerned citizens that were questioning their local government over closed doors negotiations. They were concerned for many reasons: the secrecy, the neglect to include and inform their citizens, the environment, escalating health issues, impact on neighboring towns, infrastructure, traffic management. The more we researched, the worse it got. And long story short, it was very evident that the elected officials did not perform their due diligence. Denny has the same concerns we all have on a much larger scale. Those years, days, and hours fighting for accountability changed my stance on politics. I paid more attention. After all, we, collectively, pay these people to make the decisions in our best interest. Our concerns in our small piece of the world don't stop at our city, county, or state borders. Now it's Denny's turn to create a movement. What you do in a moment can change the lives of many people. When challenged, the churning guts of a survivor can only be silenced by accepting that challenge full on. Only the people that have taken notes from all of life's lessons can triumph. The more serious he got, the more pressure I felt to tell him, "Are you out of your damn mind? You're finally retiring and you want to just jump into the hellfire." He never wavered. He told me that he just felt like he had to do something. Denny is way over my head smart, articulate, caring. He's hometown and he's real. I'll give you an example. According to Sandy, he can recite every president's wife's middle name, but cannot remember to take the trash out on Wednesday. You can't get any more real than that. Denny's energy is exciting, contagious, and courageous. I know you may think that that's just the cowboy hat, but it's not. It's Denny. He's a walking history book. He will encourage you to look it up, prove him wrong, and he'll listen to your rebuttal. A man that has the empathy to understand your plight, but the guts to give you the resources and advice you can utilize to improve your situation. That's a great attribute to have in a politician, and we need more of it. I believe, as Sandy kind of mentioned, that as we get older, our circle of true friends shrinks but becomes stronger. We tend to gravitate to those that mimic what we have done, fostered, and accomplished. We socialize with those that actually listen to hear rather than respond. Denny is one of the biggest magnets I've met on my journey. Denny, his wife Sandy, his family, his brother-in-law David, his wife Debbie, their daughter Sarah, Danny, Julie, Ellie, Clay. Clay, I'm so glad you got to come. You drove all the way in from Indiana. That's so sweet. They're all gifts. They're hard-working, giving people. They're my kind of people. Paths that we take, decisions we make, they lead us to where we need to be and make us who we are. I am very fortunate that my path has brought me here today to introduce a man that has the passion and determination to change the 8th District of Missouri. Thank you again for coming today. You will find Denny's story has similarities to your own life's adventure just as it has to mine. Take the time to get to know him because you'll want to share him with your friends. I'm grateful Sandy shared him with me. Thank you for liking me and continuing to like me. I believe that your solid choice for the United States Congress for the state of Missouri is Franklin Delano Roth II, my dear friend Denny.